Sairam students, welcome to English Literature lecture. Today we are going to continue with the last part of chapter 6 from your English First Flight textbook, The 100 Dresses part 2. So let me tell you a brief background of what we have learned in the earlier two lectures. The lesson begins with a letter received from Wanda's father informing the school about his children not coming to the school anymore because they have moved to a big city. Also, after getting familiar with the content, the class and the teacher were stunned. The teacher was disappointed at the unfortunate event that took place. Also, the students realized their derogatory remarks and attitude towards Wanda. Maddie felt really bad and she couldn't concentrate on her studies. Also, she wanted to meet Wanda so that she can clarify her stand and also apologize. So, when the school got over, Maddie and Peggy both went to the residence of Wanda, that is at Boggins Heights, to meet her. But then they had already left, so their visit was fruitless. Maddie and Peggy couldn't meet Wanda. So, when they couldn't meet Wanda, they decided to write a friendly letter telling her that she had won the contest. Now, does Wanda replies to their letter? Let's learn in this session. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not believe there was no reply from Wanda. But they also didn't receive the letter back. Thus they concluded that it must have reached Wanda. But she was so upset and angry with them that she didn't answer. So we could not blame her for this. Weeks went by and still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Wanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with, "How many dresses have you got?" So Peggy began to forget about the whole thing, while Maddie used to make scenarios in her mind. She used to make scenarios in her head before sleeping, as if she defended a crowd of girls who surrounded Wanda and would ask her, "How many dresses have you got?" And before Wanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. So she thought of scenarios. Maddie thought of scenarios where a crowd of girls used to surround Wanda and they would ask her, "How many dresses have you got?" Okay, and as soon as anyone could say more, to humiliate Wanda, Maddie would interrupt and say, "Stop," so that all of them could end up ashamed. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. So it was winter season and there was snow everywhere. Also, Christmas had come. So, the classroom was decorated with Christmas bells and a small tree. On the last day of school, that is before the holidays, Miss Masson told the students. She showed the class a letter that she received that morning. And from whom did she receive that letter? From Wanda Petronsky. You remember Wanda Petronsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Well, she has written me, and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal I want to read her letter to you. So here, that day, Miss Masson told the students that she had received a letter from Wanda Petronsky. She's very happy to receive that letter. She was extremely happy, and also because she was happy because now she knows where Wanda lives, so that she can send her medal too. So let's see what was written in the letter. Dear Miss Masson, how are you? And room 13. Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. So here the letter began in a very friendly note. Wanda asked how everyone was. Okay, by room 13 she meant the class, and she also she how everyone was, and also that they could keep her 100 dresses because in her new house she has 100 new ones, and that too all lined up in her closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming, and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school, and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. So here, she specifically mentioned, okay, the dress. She mentioned the dress she wanted Maddie and Peggy to take home. The green dress with the red trimming was for Peggy, and the other one, the blue one, was meant for Maddie. Also, she expressed her affection towards Miss Masson. She wrote that the new teacher could never replace Miss Masson. So she winded up the letter. And what has she written? She winded up the letter by wishing everyone Merry Christmas, and also wrote that she missed room 13. So she missed everyone in room number 13. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. All the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window candy, peppermint sticks, and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper were stuck. Now, wreaths refer to those, decorative arrangement of leaves and flowers on a circular base, on a ring. And holly in the windows. Now, holly refers to dark green leaves. They are a kind of shrub which have red berries on them. So, these are decorative things which are mainly used for decoration during Christmas time. So now here what is being said is on the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy, since it was Christmas time, they could see all the decorations around the houses. Also, it's said that Peggy and Maddie, they held the drawing very carefully. Okay, they were very careful while carrying those drawings home. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the windows, candy, peppermint sticks, and cornucopias. So, all these things were kept. Now, what is this cornucopias? It's a decorative container. It usually has flowers and fruits. And cornucopias of shiny, transparent paper were strung. So, they were decorated. The air smelled like Christmas and light shining everywhere. Okay, reflected different colors on the snow. Boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. So the atmosphere was very colorful and joyful. And Peggy realized that Wanda giving them these drawings also refers to the fact that she really likes them. It shows she got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything's all right. And that's that. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped Polish girl again, and couldn't ever really make things right between them. So they also assumed here, the letter that they got. So they assumed that this is the way that everything is peaceful between them. Okay, as if there's not everything is peaceful in the sense maybe she has forgiven them. And also, Maddie, on the other hand, seemed to be quite sad because she would never be able to see that tight-lipped Polish girl. Okay, she would never be able to see Wanda again. And this was making her upset because she wanted a chance to make amends, to make peace with Wanda. Okay, so she was upset about this thing. She went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. So, here, what happened here? After Maddie went home, she pinned her drawing over a torn place. So, where did she display her drawing? The drawing that she got? She displayed it on that part of the wall which had a torn wallpaper. Okay, that part of the wall from the from where her pink flowered wallpaper was slightly torn. And what happened after that? Maddie's room was shabby, but then the drawing made it lively. Maddie sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Wanda had been nice to her anyway. So, Maddie sat down on her bed and she started, she was staring at the drawing. And she constantly, while constantly staring at the drawing, she thought how nice Wanda was. Okay, even though when Peggy and other girls were making fun of her, Maddie didn't say a word, but still, Wanda had been nice to her. Tears blurred her eyes, and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid, so different, that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. So while staring at the drawing, Wanda had given, while staring at the drawing that Wanda had given her, Maddie's vision got blurred because she had tears in her eyes. Okay, she was gazing at that picture for a long time. Then hastily, in a hurry, she rubbed her eyes. And then she looked at the drawing very closely. Okay, so here she noticed that she started noticing the drawing very intently. The colors of the dress were very bright and vibrant, that the face was hardly visible. Okay, she was observing the colors. The colors were so vivid, so different, so vibrant that she hardly noticed the face and head of the drawing. But it looked like her, Maddie. It really looked like her own mouth. Why, it really looked like her own self. Wanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy's. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. So here, Maddie got excited because while she was intently observing looking at the picture, that time she observed that it was her own mouth which was seen in the picture. And she understood that the drawing actually resembled her. So Maddie got excited and she ran towards Peggy to check if she had noticed it too. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they clattered up to her room where Wanda's drawing was lying face down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you. That's you, she exclaimed. And the head and face of this picture did look like Peggy. So as soon as she reached Peggy's house, she asked her for the picture. The drawing was lying. How was it lying? It was lying upside down on the bed. And Maddie raised it, and yes, it was Peggy. Okay, so in that drawing, the drawing that Peggy received, it was it was her own picture that Wanda has drawn. So both were left in shock, and they they were shocked that Wanda has actually drawn their picture in the drawing. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. And she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Wanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking stolidly over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So Peggy exclaims that she was right about the thought that Wanda really liked them. Okay. And Maddie, whose eyes get filled with tears every time when she used to recall that scene where Wanda would look at the girls laughing at her. Okay, that also, she felt good. She all that thing that disappeared. She could feel that Wanda really liked them. And here the word stolidly refers to unemotional. Okay, when the girls used to tease Wanda, she used to look at them in a very unemotional way. She used to look at the group of laughing girls. Yeah, and after that she had, and after all that was said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. This is what she used to say. Okay, so with this, we come to an end of this lesson. I hope students you were able to understand each and every paragraph that was explained to you. Let me explain you the message that this lesson conveys. It becomes rather difficult for a poor immigrant like Wanda Petronsky to adjust herself in an environment which is not very conducive to her. However, Wanda rises above all these petty considerations. She still loves her previous school and her classmates. So, Wanda, she still likes her school, even though she, moved to another city, she still liked her school and her previous school and her classmates. And at the end, yes, her forgiving nature, she forgave both Maddie and Peggy. So all these things makes the lesson really beautiful. Okay, let us go through the value points now. Please go through the value points. So that's all for today. Please click on the link below and complete your home assignment. Thank you so much.